Alrighty. And I can be heard, so I'm set on that front. So, Jesus Christ. Not paranoia, it's also. Alrighty, let's do this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NXT. I'm your host, as always, Scott Silver, running solo again tonight as we open a contest with a man that after last week has been fairly successful in his abilities in the ring. That man being the one, the only, the glorious Robert Roode. After his successful match last week, he is being seen as one of the many people that can possibly contend for LA Knight's North American Championship. So coming into this match, he definitely wants to hold on to that accolade, that very big chance that come Extreme Rules, he could possibly fight for that prestigious championship. But it all depends on what he accomplishes here tonight. Will his streak of successful matches continue, or will he fall into obscurity? We're about to find out live tonight. We have quite the show for everyone here tonight, so we will definitely see if Mr. Roode is successful or not. He looks geared up and ready. The real question is, who is Mr. Roode facing tonight? And just as the lights go down, one of the newest signings to NXT, Justice Pain, is here in the NXT arena. Brand new signing for NXT, and he's looking to make a splash here against Robert Roode. He seems very determined. He seems very eager for this opportunity in this matchup. And we very much welcome Mr. Pain here with open arms as he comes into this opening matchup. What an amazing young performer that this man is. Quite a few accolades under this man's belt. So to see him walk into an NXT ring and possibly facing the very man who's the #1 contender for the North American Championship, this could mean absolute levels if Justice Pain walks out here the victor. But we will definitely see. The real question is, will the lights of a brand new audience, a brand new arena, be too much for Justice Pain? Or will he triumph like he has elsewhere? We're about to see as we get stuck into our opening matchup right here, right now. Here we go, match now officially underway, and Justice Pain trying to waste no time going for a clothesline, but then caught by Mr. Robert Roode, now attacking the left knee. As we discussed and as we saw last week, Robert Roode very technical in the ring and what he's able to accomplish as a stiff right hand sends Justice down. Justice is able to get some leverage though, mixing down with a clothesline. Throws him back onto the canvas. This is the most ideal opportunity for Justice Pain to make a name for himself in the NXT locker room, to show how big of a deal he is, as he sends that right hand straight into the skull of Robert Roode. Tries to go for some strikes, but Robert catches him. What's he planning to do now? Hits him, snake eyes on the ropes. Justice gets back to his feet. Catches him, strike to the back, trying to wear down the core of Robert Roode and sends him into the ropes and sends him flying. Goes for an early cover, but then a kick out at 2 from Roode. Justice Pain hoists him up. Snake eyes again. Justice Pain abilities and moveset on full display here, as he again catches it from behind and an overhook. Goes for in the shoulder charge, but being stopped by Roode, trying to get some leverage, trying to go for a drop kick but unsuccessful. And now, Justice Pain could be looking to finish this early on. Slams him down, middle of the ring, goes for the cover. But no, a kick out at 2. Robert somehow still in this matchup. And now the fans in attendance not wanting Justice Pain to end his match this quickly. Leveling up here. And now back rake from Robert. Justice Pain now trying to get a leg up, as Robert now on full display. And as I say that, the reversal from Justice Pain. And now sends it up and over to the concrete. A count of 4 though. Sends him down in the pavement once again. And now working on the arm as we get to halfway, count of 5. Both men, though, agree. They both get back into the ring by the count of 7. And a back clothesline from Robert, and he goes into the cover, but a rope break from Justice Pain. Now Justice Pain trying to... Robert going for a glorious DDT, but then caught by Justice, and now the right hands. Now an underhook, nerve dam. Stopped by Robert. Both these men going hand in hand when it comes to offense here. Very good for an opening match for your NXT programming for this evening. Stiff right hand sends Justice down. Frags him up and sends him down to the canvas. Robert now trying to do everything he can just to wear him down. Now the stiff rights. Tries to hoist him up, but a trip up from Justice Payne, and he goes for a cover off the trip up. But then he'll kick out at 2 from Payne. Jesus Christ, into the skull of Robert Roode, center of the ring. Another pin and another kick out at 2. Robert sending Justice into the ropes, and a grip up similar to what happened earlier on in this matchup. Center of the ring, Robert now with the cover, but a kick out at 1 from Mr. Payne. Spine buster from Robert, middle of the ring. Could that be it? But no, a kick out at 2. Almost seamlessly out of nowhere, the spine buster. And now another pin from Robert Roode. But a kick out at 2, Justice Payne showing what he has to display here in an NXT ring. And, oh my God, Payne maker, but a rope break from Robert Roode. Payne going to the top rope. What is he thinking of doing? Calling for Robert to get to his feet. The shoulder barge from the top rope. But then Robert able to get to his feet. And the double axe handle to the back. Justice Payne with a clothesline now. Robert tries to go for one of his own, but then being thrown roundabout from Justice Payne. Spine buster of his own. Goes for a cover after that combo. And he gets it. Justice Payne in his debut comes out on top. What an opening match for this young superstar. We can expect amazing things. And now, since he's pinned the #1 contender for the North American Championship, where does that put Justice Payne on that ladder? Can we see him enter Extreme Rules, challenging LA Knight for the North American Championship? We will definitely see in the future. But right now, let's focus on the present. Congratulations, Justice Payne, coming out on your debut with a victory. And now we enter women's competition as we are joined by the NXT Women's Champion, Cora Jade.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, Cora Jade.
Cora Jade coming out without the championship, seeing her opponent be the one and the only Judgment Day's own Rhea Ripley, knowing for a fact that she can use anything as a weapon against her. Very smart strategy to not bring out the championship with her for this competition. But no, Cora Jade has been quite literally on a roll ever since acquiring the NXT Women's Championship. So let's see if that streak of success will continue against one of the most dominant women of all time in the form of Rhea Ripley. Last time we saw Rhea Ripley in competition was the tag team match where she took on Shotzi Blackheart and Dakota Kai, with her fellow Judgment Day team member Hayley Hunter coming out with the victory. And now let's see if that success will follow Judgment Day into this matchup, especially it being against the women's champion. Rhea is definitely in one of the best positions to try to take on and possibly get a leg over on the women's champion, and that could very much put a women's championship match at Extreme Rules into motion. It could be very possible to see Judgment Day show up at Extreme Rules to support Rhea Ripley in that kind of match. But right now, we need to focus on now because no one has been able to put away Cora Jade. Not Saraya, not Shayna Baszler, not anyone. So can the nightmare of Judgment Day be the undoing that Cora Jade could be expecting? We're about to find out as Rhea Ripley looks absolutely fearless as she gears up for this women's competition match. The fans are ready and so are them. Match now underway, and now Rhea immediately slamming Cora Jade down, shutting down her opposition, and now working on the arm. Hoists her up like she weighs nothing and throws her across the ring. Rhea double axe handle to the back of the skull of Cora Jade. Rhea using her strikes and her power immediately to her advantage. Toying with Cora Jade, but Cora's able to get out of harm's way. Drop kicks to the side of the skull of Rhea as she slides out of the ring to get some breathing room, and she goes to wait for Cora. Both women back in the ring and a clothesline to the back of Rhea Ripley. Cora now working on the legs of the Nightmare. And now Rhea sending her down. And the stiff strike to the back. What is Rhea thinking, looking at that? Sends Cora to the outside. Quickly joins her afterwards. Gets out of the way for the big boot and sends her down into the concrete. Flips her around. Rhea looks absolutely untouchable. Drop kick sends Cora down. Cora does not look like she's doing well in this matchup whatsoever, as now the count of 5. Cora able to get out of harm's way, tries to do a drop kick onto Rhea. Unsuccessful, but she's successful in throwing Rhea back into the ring. Met by a clothesline from Rhea Ripley as she goes for a cover. Kick out at 1. Rope break. Slams her down. Rhea's starting to get to that place where anger takes control as Rhea now trying to lock in her submission. That has been locked in, but no able to twist out of the harm's way. Drop kick sends Rhea down. Rhea hoisting Cora up, but being countered with a spinning DDT from Cora Jade. Our champion going into the cover, but a kick out at 1. Now what is Cora looking to do as he slams Rhea's skull into the canvas? And now spinning throwdown. Cora, top rope. And the back slam connects. Goes for a cover on Ripley. But no, a kick out at 2. Fans at attendance chanting women's wrestling as the crowd comes alive. Drop kick sends Cora down. Rhea getting some momentum back into this matchup. Stiff right to the back of the skull. Rhea now going for a cover. And now kick out from Cora. Now Rhea sending her down with a bunch of boots to the chest. Rhea going top rope. We don't see this very often. And the shoulder. Rhea looking to end it all right here, right now. Riptide! Riptide! And she gets it. Cora now trying to mess with the defeat. But wait a second. Music from the top. And wait a second. That's Haley Hunter, the other member of Judgment Day, laying out Cora with a clothesline. What the hell does this mean? Oh, I love my job. And now we have a fatal for Mr. Dolph Ziggler.
The following contest is an elimination match. Making his way to the ring, representing Dirty Dogs from Hollywood, Florida, weighing in at 218 pounds, Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler been in a little bit of a relaxed state after winning King of the Ring. He had another chance to try to fight for his right to enter Clash at the Castle, to possibly fight and take on AJ Styles, but then came up short against Bobby Lashley. But now he has a chance to possibly elevate his status as another member of Judgment Day comes into the ring in the form of Damian Priest.
Judgment Day from New York, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian Priest.
Damian Priest coming into this match, one of the heavy favorites with his amount of size and striking ability. He is definitely one of the favorites when it comes to this kind of matchup. All it takes is one south of heaven from a man such as Priest to put it all away for an opponent. And after what happened last match, if Damian could walk out the victor, Judgment Day as a collective would definitely be on the path to great success. And we can take a quick moment to talk about what happened that last match. Rhea Ripley, a member of Judgment Day, coming out a victory against the women's champion of NXT, and then afterwards, as Cora is trying to understand the loss, the other woman, Haley Hunter, coming into the match and striking her from behind. And wait a second, as Orange Cassidy now makes his way to the ring. Cassidy looking to get another victory on his belt after one of his most prestigious matches, the 5.5-star match against Liam Rogers a number of months ago that led into another catalyst for the Jace and Liam story. This man can do a lot in singles and in multi-man competition. The real question is, will he come out on top, or will he just fall to obscurity? As we wait for the fourth man to come out to enter this matchup. Wait a second. Hold on just a moment. The candles are lit. The smoke has rolled in.
And from every man's nightmare, weighing in at 225 pounds, the Nightmare.
Talk about a night of debuts for NXT. The Nightmare. Nexum is here in the gold and black brand. Walking like he has something to prove coming into a match like this. One of the most feared men in all of professional wrestling. Coming into a match, all the other men did not know he was going to be part of this matchup. Everyone in the audience is at complete shock at the sight of Nix here. What a debut for this man. Despite if he wins or loses this matchup, he has definitely sent shockwaves down the NXT roster at just the presence of Nixum here. As he waits in the corner. This fatal four-way match about to start off strong. Dolph Ziggler, Damian Priest, Orange Cassidy, and Nexum. Match now officially underway as the bell has rung, and a snap suplex immediately from Nexum to Damian Priest as Dolph Ziggler sends down Orange Cassidy. Damian now countering Nix. Trying to get a leg up on the situation as he moves on to Dolph Ziggler, sending him to the corner, but a neck breaker from Nix immediately from Damian Priest. He's not done with him yet. The counters from those two men as Orange Cassidy in the corner. Sunrise! Getting that move from his friend Jace Gold as Nixon now trying to run out, get some breathing room as Damian Priest now tries to get in and involved with Dolph and Orange. As now a sledgehammer comes into play from Nix, now trying to utilize it. Hits Orange Cassidy, hits Damian Priest. And now Dolph Ziggler focusing on him as a tilt-a-whirl DDT from Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy now focusing on Ness with a very big Hurricane Rana. Now trying to focus on Dolph. As now both men trying to focus on the king of NXT. Nix has him, sends him into a knee, goes into the cover very early on and a kick out at one. Dolph rolling out of harm's way as Damian has now entered back in the ring and now focused on Orange Cassidy, and the sledgehammer again being used by the Nightmare on Damian Priest. Tries to get legged up by Dolph and tries to get out of harm's way, but sends to the outside by Dolph. Dolph now stretching the ligaments of Damian Priest. Remember, just a reminder at home that this is an elimination match. There's only going to be one victor, which is the last man standing, as Damian Priest sending Dolph down with a drop kick. Rough Rider! But now being rolled up by Damian Priest. And Nixon again holding that sledgehammer into use, but Orange Cassidy stops him. Underhook suplex. Damian now being rolled out of harm's way, and Dolph now tagging Nixon in a kick out at 2. Now him utilizing the very own sledgehammer that he brought into this match. Orange now being absolutely destroyed, and a fairy tale ending. Fairy tale ending from Nexum to Damian Priest on the outside, and Damian now trying to get a leg up on that situation. And now being countered by Nix as Orange Cassidy using the sledgehammer against the King, going into a cover. And a kick out at 2. No eliminations just yet as Nick's on the outside getting fired up. Orange punch! Orange punch to Dolph Ziggler! And a kick out at 2. Orange now focusing on the newly entered in Nix. But Nix with the knee straight to the back of the skull. Wait a second! South of Heaven! South of Heaven from Damian Priest! And a kick out at 2 from Nix. Dolph trying to tag in Orange, and yet there's no eliminations after that spew. Damian now. Low blow! Low blow to Dolph Ziggler! Damian Priest with a low blow! But yet, a kick out from the King. Orange Cassidy. Ankle lock being counted by Nix. Both men being counted on the outside as Damian using the sledgehammer on the leg of Dolph Ziggler. Trying to go for an orange punch on Damian, but being counted and being controlled. What a fatal 4-way match we have here on NXT, as now Dolph being smashed in by Damian Priest on a kendo stick. Being completely cracked over the skull. And Orange Cassidy, the first to be eliminated from the newcomer Nix. And now, super kick from Dolph. But no, Damian Priest still holds on. Dolph Ziggler utilizing the sledgehammer. Definitely trying to take out the newcomer early, but wrestles away the sledgehammer, utilizing it to Damian Priest. Now the King trying to utilize his years of experience with the newcomer, but then being thrown over next to Damian Priest. Goes for a cover. And he gets it. He gets it next with both eliminations. All that's left is the newcomer and the veteran. Super kick. Super kick. Could this be it for Nixon? And he gets it! Another win for a debuting superstar in the form of the Nightmare Nixon. What a showing! All 3 eliminations from that man. What a message to the rest of the NXT locker room. The Nightmare Nixon sitting down in victory. Great things can be seen from this man. Congratulations on the phenomenal debut. Now we have our semi-main event, another women's triple threat match. And we open it up with the cage fighter, the MMA specialist, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. One of the most dominant women in all of NXT history. Every single time she has a match here, we mention her very prestigious and very year-long reign as NXT Women's Champion. The amount of presence that Shayna Baszler gives off is one to intimidate most women that step into a ring. So the real question is, will that be intimidating for the other 2 women in this matchup? Will she have her moment as one of her opponents being Dakota Kai? Dakota Kai, though unsuccessful, being able to have phenomenal matches with the likes of Asuka, Hayley Hunter, Cora Jade, and Rhea Ripley as of late. And it's definitely something that shows the amount of power and skill that someone like Dakota Kai has. But will she have her moment in the sun, getting an actual victory that she so desperately needs to move up that ladder in an attempt to try to regain a chance at the NXT Women's Championship? And another debut here tonight. Jessica Anksy is here. Jessica coming from a very prestigious family of professional wrestlers, and now here, stepping foot in NXT, walking with absolute and utter pride. Walking to the ring for this triple threat match. We've had 3 debuts, and what a debut they have all been. So will Jessica here be like the other two, be like Justice Plain and be like Nixum, and walk out the victor? Shayna, Dakota, Jessica. Triple threat action live now on NXT, as now Jessica wastes no time with an elbow strike straight to Dakota Kai. Shayna trying to capitalize on that, slamming down onto the knee of Shayna Baszler and being struck up by Jessica. Being struck out by Dakota. Slam down. Neck breaker from Jessica to Shayna Baszler. Stopped down by Dakota. And this could very much be something that people like Cora Jade and possibly people like Judgment Day's Rhea Ripley and Hayley Hunter can be looking for future competition, especially after the acts of the last women's match where that all unfolded. We could very much see multiple women fighting at Elimination Chamber for the extreme concept of the NXT Women's Championship. But now Dakota Kai trying to counter up Jessica's offense, and a drop kick sends her down. Doesn't let her phase her, however, as she's able to get out of harm's way, but then Shayna there with a spear. And now let me take this time to talk about the main event of tonight's NXT broadcast. The OC, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, finally trying to make a reference point on Randy Orton, the man who's been causing all of OC very big troubles. But Randy is not alone, and he had a chance to pick his tag team partner for tonight, which is still unknown to everyone, even me, who's meant to know everything. Kendo stick Dakota Kai, shut down offense. Jessica rolls back into the ring, as now breaking up the pinfall. Strike to the back of the neck. Sends her down, trying to look for submission, but Dakota Kai unable to break it up, but Shayna getting a leg up to stop it. Now the referee is down, and now the palm strikes from the cage fighter. Now strikes to Dakota. Dakota getting out of harm's way, and a big boot from Jessica. All women trying to get their offense, trying to get their time in the sun. Dakota being sent to the corner, and a code breaker. Shayna out of harm's way as Jessica tried to use the kendo stick but stopped by Dakota. Sends her into the ropes. Drop down. Hip toss. Shayna back in harm's way but being met by the legs of Dakota Kai. And the strike send Shayna back down trying to get a pin, but Jessica's there to break up the pinfall. Jessica, Stratisfaction, natural selection at its finest. This could be a point to get the victory, but a kick out at 2 from Dakota Kai. Shayna now trying to wear down Jessica. Jessica now rolling to get her some breathing room. Dakota Kai hoisting Shayna up. And the leg straight to the side of the skull of Shayna Baszler. Goes for a cover, but Jessica's there to break up the pinfall yet again. Now, trying to go for that unique submission we saw moments ago. Shayna's down. Shayna won't be able to break up the pinfall or the submission for that matter. Will she tap in time? But able to break it up in a nick of time. Sends her down with a clothesline. Shayna now outside going for a cover on Dakota Kai. Could this be it? And she gets it. The continuation of debuting superstars having a phenomenal opening debuting match. Jessica walks out victorious. This is definitely a woman that every woman in the locker room needs to have their sights on. A very, very strong submission maneuver is definitely something that she will have to match as we move on to our main event for tonight. Main event time here in NXT as the club known as the OC, the Originals, are here in full display being led by that man, the NXT Undisputed Champion AJ Styles. And wait a second, AJ around his waist. A new NXT championship design. He merged the 2 championships. There's no longer the NXT and NXT 2.0 belts. He has merged them into one. Look at that design, the red X right there. But now we're focused on his 2 brothers, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson a little bit unsuccessful in facing someone like Randy Orton a number of weeks ago. And last week, he was meant to face Luke Gallows, but Luke Gallows, at the last minute, panning the opportunity off to Angelo Dawkins, who was very hungry for a match. But now they cannot escape the Viper as the main event NXT Tag Team Competition here right now. And wait a second. Looks like we know who Randy Orton's tag team champion opponent is. We saw him at Money in the Bank walking Liam Rogers down to the ring for his match against Chris Adams. AJ Owens is here. Another debuting superstar. That is 4 debuts tonight for NXT as AJ Owens walks to the ring, the most confident we've ever seen him. We have seen him do so much in his career. Multiple-time tag team champion, a former AEW world champion. And not to mention, and this is something that a lot of people get along here in NXT, a former rival of Jordan Matthews. AJ Owens teaming with the Viper, Randy Orton. What a debut for this man in NXT, as the Viper now makes his way down to the ring to greet his tag team partner. What a moment that was, as the Viper, the multiple-time world champion, the veteran of this sport, Randy Orton, makes his way down.
St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Viper, Randy
Randy
Orton.
Orton finally getting someone to help with his OC issue. What a main event this will be. And for those who haven't watched a lot of AEW, and for those who haven't seen AJ Owens tag team stuff, this will definitely be a moment to see what AJ Owens is capable of. That young superstar is capable of a lot of things. So we will definitely see what goes down for this main event. Randy looking very, very happy with the tag team member he has here for this match. And mind you, Randy is someone who's tag team with a lot of people. His time in Evolution, his time with Legacy, and his time with Matt Riddle, he has had copious amounts of tag team partners. So the fact that he chooses AJ Owens as his tag team partner for this matchup is definitely something to be a hold of. Carl Anderson for OC and AJ Owens opening this matchup. AJ Owens wasting no time trying to get that leg up, but Carl Anderson taking advantage, getting the leg up, and the counter again from AJ Owens, sending him down. The technical mindset of AJ Owens is he goes for the leapfrog disaster kick. Kicking the midsection. Goes for a cover early on. Randy now trying to get his more needed revenge. And now being met with the other member of the OC, trying to turn the tables. But Randy, aware of the game, sending Luke Gallows to the outside. And now Carl Anderson trying to impress. AJ Styles sending Randy in the corner, but able to get out of harm's way. Randy now hoisting him up, but able to get out of harm's way, and their backbreaker. And now being sent down by AJ Owens. What a tag. AJ has been able to overcome adversity a lot in his career. So in the match with a man as big as Luke Gallows is definitely unfazing to the man of murder. And now Luke Gallows returning the favor to Randy Orton, sending him onto the back. Jesus Christ. Now AJ Owens trying to get a leg up. Back into the ring, all men go. Luke Gallows now with the power. Sends AJ into the corner. And now, wait a second. The roll-up pin from Owens not going that far ahead. Now tagging out to Randy. Now Randy, full display. But now breaking up the submission. Tag team competition here on full display as Randy now. Randy finally getting his hands on Luke Gallows after what happened last week with the switcheroo from Luke Gallows, and now sending him down. Trying to get that tag in to Carl Anderson, but looks like he has the same idea for Luke Owens. Owens immediately stops the idea of the tag. Sends his sights. Dropkick sends Carl Anderson down the outside, and now focusing on Luke Gallows again. Working the arm, sending him down to the canvas. Working the arm. Right in front of AJ Styles, the NXT champion. Cover. But a kick out at 2. And now Carl Anderson trying to get some revenge of his own. Carl Anderson on full display. We've seen how dominant he can be in the ring. Note to self, his matches with the likes of DIY, the previously mentioned Randy Orton. And now on the outside, Owens has definitely been fed to the wolves. The kick to the back of Owens. Being thrown up the ramp. This could be the idea of Carl Anderson trying to get him to get counted out. As the count of 6 now comes about. Throws him into the barricade, but wait a second. Owens now running into the ring, causing Carl Anderson to make a bolt for it. It's neck breaker from Owens. Tags out to Randy Orton. Night cutter! The cutter from Carl Anderson! But now, Owens having trust and faith in his tag team partner. Knowing that he'd kick out Luke Gallows now, possibly trying to focus on Owens, but not having enough time before the referee told him to get back to his corner. Carl Anderson, a full striking display to Randy Orton. Tags out to Luke Gallows. Randy waiting there. Thrown into the corner, but no, breaking up by Randy. Countered by Luke Gallows, that sends Randy down. Possibly almost getting counted out by the ref. Carl Anderson needs to make sure that he's not running that kind of risk. And now all men in the ring. It's turned into absolute chaos. Luke Gallows throwing him over the ring. Randy now possibly trying to go for an RKO, but being hoisted up by Luke Gallows, able to get out of harm's way, and he trips him up. Sends him down, wailing on the skull of Luke Gallows as both of the other tag team members getting to their corners. Wait a second. Vintage Randy Orton, the DDT. Randy now sends him into the corner. But no, Luke Gallows able to get out of harm's way, and a sneaky attack by Owens gives Randy an opportunity, puts him back into the corner, tags in Owens, strike to the midsection, and now stunner! Stunner from Owens! Stunner from Owens! Could that be it? But no! Broken up by Carl Anderson. That could have been it. Carl Anderson being thrown into the corner. Owens now meeting Luke Gallows on the outside and then getting him to come back into the ring. But now focusing on Randy. Clothesline sends him down. Owens goes outside to meet him. But now trying to get that bear hug submission, wearing down Owens, but Owens striking the head of Luke Gallows to get himself free. Sends him down. Throws him back into the ring. Owens looking a little bit fatigued as he gets back into the ring. Being caught up by Luke Gallows. Tagging in Carl Anderson. Throws him over. AJ very happy on the outside. Spine buster by Carl Anderson. Now working the leg of AJ Owens. Tagging back in Luke Gallows. Oh my God, the big man of the OC heading to the top rope. We don't see this often, but then Owens able to get out of harm's way by throwing him back off. Tagging in Randy to give him some time to relax. Randy now, but being caught up by Luke Gallows again, being thrown into their own corner. Tags in Carl Anderson yet again. Wait a second. Magic Killer! Magic Killer from the OC! Able to be kicked out, but Owens was there to break up the pinfall as ready as he now tries to attack Luke Gallows to distract him. Randy now trying to get a level up. Hoists Carl Anderson around the ring. Throws Carl Anderson into the corner. A clothesline meets him. Now the stiff left strikes from Randy. This has been quite the main event and quite the debut for AJ Owens, being thrown into this caliber of a matchup. What is Randy thinking of doing? Wait a second. He may be looking... Punt kick to Carl Anderson, goes for the cover. Being broken up by Luke Gallows, being distracted, being thrown out. Owens. But look at Randy trying to set up for something as he goes for another vintage Randy Orton DDT. Randy hearing the voices in his head as he now gears up. Another punt kick. Goes for a cover, but broken up by Luke Gallows, saving his teammate just in the nick of time as Randy heading to the top rope. Double axe handle. Taunting to the crowd as Luke Gallows is trying to get that hot tag, and he does. But then being stopped by Randy with a clothesline. But then a roll-up in from Luke Gallows. But then kick out at 1. Trying to go for an RKO, but doesn't get all of it. Luke Gallows now. The crowd has indeed come alive now. Tags back in Carl Anderson. Both try to go for their own respective cutters. Randy. Wait a second. Carl Anderson focusing on Owens, trying to take him out of the equation, and a neck breaker from Orton. Now the cover. Broken up by Luke Gallows again, saving his teammate. Sends Randy into the ropes. Drop down. Throws him over. Cutter! Cutter from Carl Anderson! Cutter from Carl Anderson! But broken up by Owens just in a nick of time. This match can be defined in one statement: exceptional tag team wrestling, as Owens now being tagged in by Randy. Try to go for his signature stunner, but being stopped up by Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson with the strikes. Try to go for his own cutter, but being cut up by Owens. Owens with that technical spike. Going to the top rope in his own corner. Knee. Elbow strike. Center of the ring. 1, 2, and a break up by Luke Gallows once again. And now Randy being stopped up by the referee, and a discus clothesline from AJ Owens. Tags back in Randy. Randy, top rope. Crossbody. Goes for the cover off the crossbody. And he gets it! The team of Randy Orton and AJ Owens come out victorious. Another debut victory here tonight. All debuting superstars coming out with victories. What a main event match that was. Randy able to get some revenge on the OC. And what could this mean? Will this mean that AJ Styles, the NXT champion, might have to watch his back for a Randy Orton title opportunity? And most of all, AJ Owens solidifying himself as a big deal for the NXT roster. Thank you so much for tuning in to this broadcast of NXT. I have been Scott Silver, and I will see you when I see you for the debut show of NXT UK.